It's your host Vlad Ethereum. So we're back, and it's kind of like I want to do something different. We're gonna start up a bear market live stream. Um, so it's not gonna be as much for TA, but more so for mentality and more so for like mindset. For people that are I know are gonna be struggling, and people I know are not gonna be posting during the bear market. So I want to get out here and start making content because I already think we are in a bear, but for the people that more so looking for that mentorship, kind of that veteran experience, because there's a lot of I want to say there's a lot of guys that get up out here in this crypto space, and I don't think that they're dumb. I think a lot of these guys who get stuff really wrong are really smart. It's just that some of this stuff is overly complicated. There's a line like, how complex does something have to be for it to be stupid? So, I guess like a lot of these guys who get stuff wrong, they're focusing more so on stuff playing out as a set way, like as it has to be. And And honestly, that's retail thinking. That's retail mindset. That's retail thinking because any smart money. I mean, if you're retail, number one, unless you're working on the inside, you are retail. Don't care how much money you have. Don't care if you got a bill. You're not no bill. Okay. If you a bill, why you watching me? Then I can't do anything for you. So you know what I'm saying. But to actually focus on the point that I'm trying to make is you got a lot of these people upset that market makers aren't giving them money for free. And you shouldn't be mad that people's profit models are literally based on trading against you as a customer. Did we not learn anything from FTX, 3AC, BlockFi, Gemini? Hold on, I need to get this. Cause I finally got my other computer back. I can do something important. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so um, I just had to get a pen. But what I was saying is, yeah, a lot of these guys will get stuff wrong. And it's because even I was fooled. I thought the market had to give me something back. I thought we were entitled to returns. To be honest, I was fooled. I look at the previous cycles and I was like, this played out. This played out. This has to play out. It's not how that works. It's not that this has to play out. It's that this can play out. That's people be getting literal definitions mixed up in this space. People think, oh, this happened in the past. One time, two times, three times. Oh, that fourth time it has to happen. That fourth time will be the one time that everybody that knows what's going on will take your money for thinking it's even going to play out the same. Have we not seen the same thing with the likes of XMR? Have they even fixed their 51% hack? If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain it. Half the time when crypto altcoin really gets heated, they know they can't keep bringing up new stuff because then they overheat the new narratives too much. What they do, they'll go back to old dinosaur narratives, and that's like the last narrative before the market's kaput. And literally, that's kind of what happened. But it's stuff like that where if you think stuff like XLM or ADA has to perform just because Charles is. I understand the under 25-year-olds because the under 25-year-olds, okay, you haven't even, we wasn't even there long enough to actually really develop some edge, bro. Like, to actually, I want to say if you were under 25 and above 18 for a 2021 cycle, up to now, I'm only talking to those people really. But if you're in that range group of, again, 18 by the top of 2021, and you're under 25 now, for you to think that altcoins is like best investing in a company is the same thing. You can't fault yourself for doing that, in my opinion, because believe it or not, half the companies in the most of the companies in the S&P 500 are zombie companies. So even though they're billions of dollars worth of valuation, like they're never going to go anywhere, and again, the liquidity is just being taken from somewhere else. It's just in crypto, your edge is against such it's non-existent. Fuck, it's non-existent because you're trading against billions of dollars on smart contract platforms where you have to be either sitting at the computer 24/7, and you have to have some edge. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. There has to be some edge somewhere because like I mean, I didn't know I had edge. Here's how you know you have edge and you don't realize it. If this sounds like you have edge, I didn't realize it when I first got into the markets that I had edge because I actually commit to this shit. I underestimated how much time I was committing to this. I underestimated, hey, for the one viewer, how's it going? I underestimated because I was like 17 when I got into this stuff, but I was serious from the start. I was never the type of person, I wasn't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get rich quick, but I wasn't the type of person to look at the whole 4-year cycle just real quick. I just gotta make sure I don't get the window in there. The whole 4-year cycle from 2021 up, and then I don't say how do I understand this and how it repeats. So when you get into smart money concepts, part of what we're gonna be doing today, I want to just go out and list off a lot of the indicators that I'm gonna use going forward, and the stuff I need to learn. Well, I do use the MACD. Well, no, let's just start off with time frames because you can't do nothing with the time frames. Time frames plus risk management. That's what I'm gonna focus on. Yeah, I took too much risk today, and I instantly lost like 100. It was funny, but it is what it is. But we're gonna make this more like a simple live because I have to do this for myself, but I have to do it in real time. I'm gonna say we're gonna get on that VRVP. We're gonna get on that VRVP. That VRVP was really nice. The MACD. Because the problem with my bull run, I stopped learning about time to use indicators really well because the time wasn't slow enough for me. So, like, everything was so fast paced to the point where I wouldn't have time to, like, refresh on my indicators and continue to learn my new strategies. But I think maybe that's even how I got more sloppy because I know what kind of trader I am. I know all the patterns I know. But as a trader, it's like I kind of have to refresh my knowledge, not just based on the chart, but I have to actually go ahead and refresh everything in my brain. Because even though I have my chart layouts and all my patterns and all the indicators that come free, and then like the new system that I'm trying to learn on top of the Elliott wave. It all doesn't matter if I'm not actually I want to say not. It's not just remembering it one time. It's not remembering it for a year. It's remembering how the rules are structured for the indicator, so that your emotions and in practice, all that combined, you don't let some heat of the moment shit fuck up how you use the indicator, and then you become overly biased, and then you mess up a trade, and then you realize months in hindsight. Because like the main thing that'll be my biggest problem with trades is my risk management. That's just straight up. And that's just straight up. It's only now I want to say like how I view it is kind of fucked up because I have to change that though, but I have to work to change it. You know what I'm saying? I want to say it's kind of hard because it's not that I'm entitled to getting a certain amount of money, but actually once you actually come up past a certain amount of cash flow, it's gonna fuck with you. It's gonna fuck with you because how am I supposed to tell a nigga to touch 5 bands, 5, 7, 8, 80 racks, 70 racks, however many racks he needs to touch in order to understand that, like, as soon as you touch that, mentally, you're gonna be able to go back if you need to, but it's gonna fry your perception once you see how much money is actually out here just waiting to just load up on some bullshit. You gotta think about this. You gotta think about this. There are a lot of predatory tokens out here that people are just waiting to like accumulate those to dump on the next guy. So greater fools theory, all that stuff. But it's the same thing with these indicators. But it's not just how these indicators work, bro. Because the thing with these indicators, bro, in momentum and like that stuff can get manipulated too. And they know people are relying off that. So you can do all this TA, have all these charts and go all the way down and do your technical analysis and spend hours on it. But if you don't actually review what works, it won't work. Time frames, risk management, VRVP. I use a bull market support band. I use Fibonacci. EMA, SMA. I need more tools to measure this volume better. So I need to measure volume. So the problem with volume is people will try to people can't trying to constantly with volume, bro, with these fake volumes. People don't know how to verify the volumes and the flows. So you have to check on chain, like at least on chain. You're not gonna be able to check super deep every time. But for the large caps, you should be able to point to where the liquidity is flowing to. You might not be able to have that ahead of time. You're not going to be able to have it ahead of time every time because it's called pricing something in. But anyways, because I have my volume indicators for like websites, but no, I'm going to put TradingView. So TradingView plus sites, right? I'm gonna say, what else do I have on here? Cause I mean, TradingView used to be cheaper, but they upped the price on us. So Gaussian channel. Um. Okay. Um. RSI divergence indicator, and then stochastic RSI. I'm probably gonna start using the pitchforks. One thing I want to say I can improve on. So on each of these weekly closes, I want to be able to like identify the kind of candle that it is. But then also for those monthly, it's like the weekly, the 2 month, and the monthly, the 3 month, all these different time frames that I need to be able to track what kind of candles these are. But I don't know that yet. So I'm just writing that for the new guy that popped up, yo. It scared me, bro. I'm sorry. Oh my God. No, but in all seriousness, it's to track the time frames of the candles, because depending on how the candle opens or closes or forms, I have to be able to make some sort of like not move, but I have to be able to understand. And I don't necessarily understand the whole way on that per se, but it's kind of like we'll get there. We'll get there. But I have my source though. Yeah, I have my source. Oh, I like channels. I like channels. I think maybe okay. No, let's just have this be a rough draft. The channels, boxes. I like the channels, boxes, patterns. I like patterns plus Elliott wave plus like what's it called? Patterns plus Elliott wave plus what's the word? What's the word? Hmm. Hmm. It's patterns, Elliott wave. And then cycles. Cause I'm trying to. Well, I have to pay for that. So shit, I gotta pay for a lot of shit soon. I'm gonna cancel that indicator to just try to study it better because I can't afford it right now. But hmm, I was thinking about something. But yeah, the cycles. It's kind of like I have this synergy, but I have to really get into the material because if I don't actually want to get into it, well, no, I do want to get into it. It just takes so long because in order to actually study past just a couple hours, all of these ideas and these indicators, you can basically study for like a full 4 months, 5 months, 6, 7, 8 months on all of this stuff religiously and still barely get anywhere because it's not the edge and it's not the money that people have over it, but to actually view this with market experience and maturity, with good risk management, and maybe you've had that phase where you've gotten rich real quick off of it, and you can kind of say, okay, this isn't forever. And if you do think that it has to be forever, I'm sorry. Maybe you just can't accept that that was a phase. I can kind of accept that that was the phase, sort of. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah. I'm just be thinking about stuff. But anyways, phase. No, there's just so much with Elliott Wave and then like all these other concepts and Wyckoff. There's a lot of concepts in trading. What I found is best is just to like simplify. Is really I have to continue to simplify how my trading works because as more participants enter these markets, it's kind of like everybody's a fucking guru. And you start, well, you don't know to not look to listen to everybody because you're looking to learn so much you don't realize when you're learning the wrong thing. So I've been able to keep myself from doing that more recently, but now it's kind of the time where I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? But at the same, I don't know. I'm kind of going on and on a bit. I feel like probably take a break, but I'll leave it there. I just wanted to kind of come on here because I know the mindset with these markets can be very difficult. So I think that some of the best thing. What the fuck?
Live in an age.
I don't even know how the fuck that got there. To be honest, I don't even know how the fuck did that happen? What the fuck? Anyways, I'm sorry. don't even know these days. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I have to do something else. Oh, that's how that happened. Cause I guess these days, damn. I guess that's just, I don't know.
This is bad.
I don't even know. All right, yeah, I'm sorry. I had so much I had to clear out because I didn't even realize I had to clear some of this stuff out. But yeah, I have to like study for school now. I'll see you guys. Come back for the next bear market live. I guess we'll try to make it like 25 minutes. Yeah, I think 25 minutes. I'll try to do it as much as possible. Because I can't promise I can't promise as much as you guys would want. And it's not even going to be necessarily a news format. I just kind of have to come up here, drop the alpha, and dip. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to try to get the setup better to have the live stream experience be better. Because as long as I have some way to edit for free. And I just need a way to display on YouTube without getting hit with like not scam. What's the word? Without getting hit with like some malware. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll just leave that there. Just leave that there because shit. Oh. Yeah, I'll just leave that there. All right, I'll see you guys.